let's depress ourselves a little bit more with.
No.
This again. If you'd have told a 16-year-old me, dude, one day they're going to be making TV shows and pumping them out all the time for Star Wars and everything else, I would have been creaming myself. And yet here I am at over 35. Technically, I'm 35 and 247 months. With a new Star Wars series coming out, and I have no interest in watching it whatsoever.
No, I'm not doing it. After Mando 3, I am not going to make... do you know what? I'm not even going to waste much as a blink on anything Star... Until Kennedy's gone, I'm not wasting any time on Star Wars. As far as I'm concerned, it's dead, it's fucked, and I'm sick to death. This endless stream of women power, and women Jedis, and women Sith, and women pod racers, and women Star Cruiser captains... Get rid of it.
Somebody on Twitter made a good point of why is there a highway in the middle of a desert?
In a desert
for vehicles that can float.
Yep, exactly.
We might, let's build a nice road down here. But all these things can float. Exactly. Road. We're building a road.
This goes back to my anger about this whole Star Trek thing. Listen, Star Trek and Star Wars are the franchises they are. The money they've made over the last 50 years. Are because of men like sci-fi. Now we live in an era where we're told that men are scum, and yet they're making all the women like men and hijacking all our franchises, and now they're wondering why none of them work. Women like rom-coms. Women like shitty real-life stories about rom-coms and people falling in love. Men like guns and laser swords and fighting
and helicopters.
We are different
explosions.
People. We're a different fucking species at the end of the day. So let's stop with all this silly female Star Wars rubbish and silly female Star Trek rubbish and get back to the basics that make them so popular to begin with.
I will say though, having what's her name, Mary Elizabeth Wanstead as a Twi'lek and Rosie Dawson as a Twi'lek is a little bit of a turn on.
No.
Rosario Dawson is not a Twi'lek.
She's in Ahsoka, isn't she? She's a Twi'lek.
No, it's a different species.
She's the thing with a shitty thing, rubberhead thing.
Yeah, or Loki coming out the back of her head.
It's more along the framing of her head instead of two tentacles coming out the back. It's a different deal.
Oh, really?
Whatever.
I would like to play with them.
That's fair. That's fair.
And so, on that, I'm interested from that perspective. But no, the rest of it, like I say, it's now got to a point where Star Wars products are being produced, and I have absolutely zero interest. And it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's true. And Stark done an article at the weekend, didn't he, about the what is your lost love, or what movies have turned you off from something you used to love. And someone put in there about they used to love Star Wars, but they find that the brand and the franchise is so tarnished with what's been happening that they can't even watch the original trilogy. And you're like, can you get any sadder than that? Can you get the despair of watching Han Solo, Luke, Leia, Chewie, and you can't even watch them anymore because it's been ruined so badly.
To me, I watched them on May 4th, only a couple of months ago, and I still really enjoyed them. And I was watching them and thinking,
well, the originals,
Disney. Yeah. The original trilogy. And I thought, Disney can't take this away from me. These are mine. And no matter what they do to them, these films will always just be, to me, that loving, And so, no, I understand what he's saying. I couldn't really think of any movies that I've fallen out of love with. Maybe some stuff that I've sort of seen, I remembered as great as a kid, and watching it when you're older, it's not as good. But no, the original trilogy, I will always love them because... it's those movies, and no matter what Disney do and dump all over it, I've still got those little original movies. It was kind of like, what's his name? It made me think of Zarkov in Flash Gordon saying, I remembered the Beatles, and it's just kind of, they didn't take that away from me, and it's like, I've still got the original trilogy and they'll never take those away from me.
I'll do a counterpoint there. I think there is been a lack of enthusiasm for a lot of these things, and I think I realized it because it's not like I've gone back and watched a lot of old Star Trek until I watched season 3 of Picard, which got my juices going to go back and watch this stuff. So I think that was the inverse of what we're talking about. But then that tells me, that kind of proves what Matt is saying there, that I haven't gone back and watched the original trilogy for a while. And I look at the Indiana Jones, and I'm like going, oh God, I'm going to watch this guy that I know he's going to end up this broken down old man running around in his shorts saying, turn down that noise. Fuck, it sucks the enthusiasm out of you, even for the original stuff that got you enthused in the first place. I don't think I don't think you're wrong. I think you're absolutely right.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.